Yeah, on with the next one. Try and get through as many of these can I? This one. Resetting sound from speaker. Resetting sound from speaker. No, resetting and sound from speaker. Maybe no sound from speaker. Oops. Hold on. Yeah. Almost dropped me solder iron there. Never mind. Right. This one is a rare one. This is a mod 1. It's not even a mod 2, it's a mod 1. You see the AY chips sitting in there. That's the easiest way to tell a mod 2 and a 4 apart is there's no chips sitting in there in the mod 4. Right, so power this one up. It does nothing. I briefly connected the display to it, got nothing at all. Oh, yeah, logic probe. There is nothing happening there at the displays. We do have, I'll try this. No, sometimes tricky to get any sort of reading of them. Yeah. Right. I can't use the test points. The test points are a bit corroded. So the board has reset. And the enable is working. But there's no activity anywhere. I'm getting activity in the RAM, but it's in the right enable is stuck high. It's just reading from it all the time. Also, that there IC7 is getting warm. The others don't seem to be. And oh yeah, the amplifier is getting piping hot. The amplifier is getting roasting hot, which isn't right. Yeah, getting very warm. Yeah. There's some not right there. That may explain the sound here. So, no activity on anything. We'll go to the chip selects first of all. This IC here, number 18 is the chip selects. So, you see, we've got activity on the address pins. It is correctly selected. Now here's the weird thing, that's stuck low all the time. So I'm getting no error message or anything on the board, but that's stuck low all the time. Now if that's pulsing, that should never be stuck low like that. It would be pulsing low, it shouldn't be stuck low, so that's a bit suspicious in itself. So it's either, the first thought with this was there's something wrong with IC7 here, the 6821. But I'm more suspicious of that. So there's a test we can do to look at that. We'll show you. Do this live. Hold on, you'll get a look. A glaring look at a resistor pack here for a minute while I pull this. Right. Pull that out of there. Right, so now there's no program card in it at all and it should be stuck in reset. So we've got to pin 6 here. Yeah. Pin 6 there, we're clearly stuck in reset. We are clearly stuck in reset. Okay. Let's just stand to reason that up here, IC18. Let's see. It shouldn't have anything on the address bus now at all. And it doesn't. There's nothing on the address bus. That's off. That's off. And that's off. Right? So that's disabled. That should be doing nothing. That's not right. That is not right. Right, so I tried changing the RAM out, by the way. Initially when I first powered the board up, I thought, oh hang on, reading for the RAM all the time, not getting any response, bad RAM. But no. No. I'm strongly suspecting this. How can that be low? It shouldn't be outputting anything at all. It's a 138. The outputs are only active low when they're getting a valid address in. And there's no address at all coming in because the processor is being held in a high, it's holding all the address lines in a high impedance state. It's not running any code. There's no code to run. How can that be low? That would also maybe explain why we're getting a funny noise for the speaker, because it's just the noise we're getting for the speaker is just the board resetting over and over and over again. Now I've not got the speaker plugged in to check it, but yeah, I think that's very suspicious to me. Yeah. And by the way, how do you like the new Logic Pro? I've still got the one I got from Apple's, but this one came from America, and I kind of like it because it's got the audio as well as the visual representation, so you can kind of hear what the signals are doing. Realize that. You can hear we've clearly got a pulse there. You can hear we've got a static signal there. First protocol is to change this out, and then we'll investigate why that's getting hot. In fact, I know why that's getting hot, because it's being selected all the time by this, but it's not being asked to do anything, it's just sitting there. So it's powered up all, it's being powered up all the time by the chip select coming through here. But it's got no valid information to work with, so yeah, volume control's broken on this one as well, but that amplifier is suspicious as well. That's burning my finger now, that is. That's got to come out. I wouldn't imagine where this board is going that would be too much of a problem, but more often than not, when it comes to the likes of MPU4 boards, especially from where this one came from, it's going to be going on a Mod 4 machine. This, yeah, that could be dragged. If that's shorted, that could be dragging the 12 volt line down as well. That's not going to be good for it. But I'm going to change that out first of all. Sorry about the shaking, by the way. It's mighty cold in the kitchen. So that's going to be my first protocol. Change this out, and then see what activity I'm getting on this. I'm going to cut that amplifier out and order a new one, and we'll see how we get on. Just to add to my suspicion here, pin 7 of that 74LS138 is reading 26 ohms, and the other pins read, some of them read a little something. But they don't read 26 ohms. So that's just, It's not a total short, but it might as well be, because that's going to... I'm measuring between pin 7 there and ground. And 26 ohms in the electronic sense, it might as well be a short. That's going to pull that low. So, the only thing that's there is connected to is IC7. So it's either IC7 select pin drawing this down and pulling it low, and there's a short over there, or that's shorted low internally. So yeah, that's definitely coming out anyway. They're like pennies. They're like pennies to get, so that's coming out anyway. There's a lot of old original parts on this board, not a great deal of work being done to it. Also noticed that some of these are a bit questionable. That one there, maybe not too good. Yeah, it's cracked open. Yeah, see, it's cracked open. That's not going to be any good. That'll need to be changed. I'll cut that out for safety. I'm not testing the lamp drives or anything. There's no lamp power going into the board, but I'm still going to get rid of it. Processor's been socketed. I think that's maybe because somebody was thinking that because it was stuck in read only and the ROM was stuck, constantly reading over and over and over again, that we weren't getting any correct signals coming from CPU. Sorry, a wee bit slow on what I'm saying there. Let's say that again. Basically, I think they've changed this out because they thought because they weren't getting correct activity here, there was something wrong with the signals coming from the CPU. And then what I'll do if I've got that situation, I'll look at these first. I'll look at these buffers first because they deal with the information that's coming out of the CPU. So they've changed that. They swapped that RAM out. I swapped out again just to be sure, but I knew looking at the board it's likely to be this. There's that shaking again. I can't do anything about the shaking, folks. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it's that there's looking. Although it looks pristine. I mean, this board's not the best. I'll give you a quick tour. All this is missing. This is missing. This has been worked on. There's obvious problems with connections under here because the battery's been damaged. There's some battery damage in the back of the board as well. That's broken. That's original. That there's original. That's... I think they messed up on the... See, there's a wee stack of resistors there too. That's original. I think when they were producing these boards, I think they messed up in the circuit diagram a little bit and had to... I don't think they left enough component spaces on the PCB. You see that quite a lot with Mod 1 and Mod 2 boards. But they put a lot of love into this when they were first making it. Look at how robust the pin headers are. I mean, they stopped paying for these really expensive robust pin headers when they came out with the Mod 4. The Mod 4 is just pins in the board, which isn't as good. The pins can bend easier, but it's enough. That's definitely been changed out as well. Check that's the right value. Yeah, but that at the minute up there is stopping the whole board running, so that's coming out. Right. Chips cut out. I won't show you how we cut it out, but a good test to do when you cut something out, to test if that's pulled to ground elsewhere. Then I'm on the offending pin and we've got nothing. And I measured the resistance coming back from the pin with a chip off the board, measured the resistance coming back from the pin, and I got nothing. I got open. So I'm pretty confident that chip is dead. Alright, excuse the shaking. I've got a new one for you up there. Let's check it. Yeah, it's high now. Unfortunately though, the board isn't running. We're not selecting anything. Don't know if you can hear that, but I'm probing that one for you and we're not selecting anything now. But we're getting there. We've confirmed that was definitely a short. That was definitely a short. So now what we need to do now is go around the board and see if the enables are getting to the likes of RAM. Can test that there. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I think pin 21 read right. That RAM's doing something. Yeah, the RAM's doing something. That's odd. Okay. So, what could it be? Well, we know the RAM's doing something, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap this RAM back out for the original. See if I can do this on camera. Just sort of ease it out. And put the original back in. It's in a socket, which is handy. Right. So that's it run back in. I'm still not getting any activity up there. And that's still being held, that's still being held, that's still being held. Okay. So the troubleshooting continues. So let's see. I know that pin 17 up here is the enable for the 6840. So 15, 16, 17. 6840 has been enabled. So it looks now like, I wonder if we've got a CPU issue. So go around here. That's a bit odd. Okay. So. Okay. I'll probe around a wee bit and see what's going on. Okay, well I know what's wrong with this now. You can see I've got the CPU out here, but it's not the CPU, it's the fault. I'll show you what's wrong. I've worked out that all the data lines on the board are stuck. They're stuck everywhere. I was trying, even though the enable's working and the reset's working, I was trying to get, I was probing around the CPU socket and I'm finding some anomalies now. I'll show you. It would actually help if I had my, it would help if I had my logic probe plugged in. Hold on. See, I was just testing something on another board there to confirm what I now know to be true. Right. Okay, so let's go 40, 39, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. data line. Okay. Only one problem. There is nothing on the board that currently should be sending a signal to the CPU, because the CPU is not sending any address information out. And the whole board's stuck in reset because it's not running. So all the data outputs on all of this should be sitting in a high impedance state anyway, because none of the output enables are working. And I've confirmed this with another board that I've got. Yeah, this board will be looking at in a future video, but I confirmed it on that board that shouldn't happen. Even with the CPU in the socket, when you take the program card out, there's no information on the data lines. But there is on this one. They're all stuck. Every one of them pulled high. So, what could be causing that? Well, anything. Any one of these. Everything you see here is connected to that data bus. So here's what I'm going to do. I've got a scrap MPU4 board up the stairs that I've been repairing. I have been repairing it over the weeks for someone, and it's got every single 6821 and 21 in the socket. It's an MPU3, but it's got the chip I need. So I'm going to borrow a 6821. The way I'm going to find this is I'm going to cut the power pin of each 6821 in turn. I'll monitor that pin, and when the pin collapses back to ground or goes to a high impedance state, I know I hit the right chip. Now I've got my suspicion that it could well be this IC7, because remember, before I changed this, the select for IC7 was stuck low, so I'm wondering if this is shorted out. I damaged that chip and shorted that out internally low. So what we'll do, we'll start with this one. We'll cut the power pin, we'll monitor that, and then we'll cut each one in turn until that collapses back to low or goes away. When it collapses back to low, what I'll do is the one that was affected, I'll cut it out and replace it, and the other ones I'll just dab solder all the power pins back together. So I'm probably not going to do that on camera because it will take a long time. I have to be careful while I do this. I'm going to have the board powered up and cut the pins one at a time until that signal collapses away. But that's the only way we can do it. I mean, there's no quick and easy way to test which of these ICs here has the jammed data lines, because if it's like Christmas lights, if one of them goes, they all go. They're all chained together on the same bus. So if one of them goes, they're all going to go. So you can't tell anything with a logic probe, you can't tell anything on an oscilloscope either, it'll just show they're all high. Bit of a pain. So I'm going to get on with this and I'll report back if I find anything, but at least we're getting there. We know what the problem is. We know that the data bus is stuck. And it's never going to run like that. And that's why we're getting no chip selects up here, because we're not getting anything happening at the right time with the gate pins on the 138 here. So let's see how we get on. Okay, so this board's been a bit of a pain in the arse, but I found that I can't determine exactly which one it is, but it's one of these two. I'm going to show you now. Yeah. The data bus is back. There's all sorts of weirdness going on with it though. Yeah, there's all sorts of weirdness going on. I'm going to maybe have to change that CPU, I think. But it was one of these two that was holding the bus down. So I'm just going to change both of them. I've got some spares. Oh, I've actually found quite a lot wrong with this board. You see, I'm halfway through cutting these off. I actually found 3 bad PIAs and a bad CPU. We're all disconnected. But I also know what's wrong with that board over there now as well, but that's for later. CPU's line A15 wasn't driving hard enough. Wasn't providing a high enough output to drive this gate here. This quad input AND gate is responsible for driving the gate on gate input to this 74LS138 here, which is the chip selects. So without this running, no ICs are being selected. These two here were responsible for tying the data bus up high. Cut these out. I cut this one out. The data bus got a bit better, then it got bad again. Cut this one out and stayed stable. This one here is a weird one. Anytime I try and probe my logic probe, just get floating and then my logic probe stops working. Really strange. I don't know if it's got a partial short to ground inside the chip or something, but it needs to go anyway. It's not working. So those 3 need changed over. I've got 3 up the stairs. I've already changed this over. I've got the original is over there. I'm keeping a hold of it just now. I don't know if I'll get sockets for these though. I need to try and find some. Yeah. Actually finding out I've not got many sockets at all. I had to look all over the house for a socket for that one. But anyway, that's where we are now. I've got all these pins out here. I now need to desolder all of this side. And then, well, see if I can get sockets for somewhere. Might take a risk and just solder them directly down, but I don't really want to do that. I'd rather have sockets. Yeah, if the project has to stall out because I've not got sockets, then so be it. I can do other stuff. But anyway, yeah, that's where I am at the minute. I'll get on with it. Right, I finally got it. Took a wee bit of work. I had to replace most of the bloody I/O section on this. You see that, and that timer up there have been replaced. Backtrack a wee bit. As you recall, now I'll just show you. I'll switch it off. I'll switch it back on. It's all responding appropriately. I've tested the dip switch for RAM clear. It works as well. Reels are all working. I'll connect the rest of my rig up to it and give it a few hours worth of tests. I'll test the sounds working on the sound will be working on the program card, but saw that. Need sort of volume control out there. That amplifier's still getting boiling hot. Be cutting that off and replacing it. But yeah, I have to replace most of the I/O section. See, 2 6821s, the 2 PIAs that were in there were tying data bus high. We cut them off and it released the data bus, so obviously nothing working. Replaced them. The data bus was freed up, running appropriately, but still wasn't getting any activity at the address decoding for the board. Chip selects was still stuck high. Occasionally you see a little bit of something, but yeah. So I'm trying probing around this one. Every time I touch my logic probe to this, my logic probe just, well, for want of a better word, crashed. It went off. It made a strange sound and went off. And you know I've got an audio logic probe now. Well, what I was getting out of this just didn't sound right. So changed out this one. Everything woke up, but then all it was doing was the chip selects were just looking at the timer all the time. And board still wasn't booting, so I probed around the timer and I didn't see any responses coming back for the timer on its clock outputs, so on its timer outputs, so I ended up changing that as well. And now, well, as you can see, it's working. So it owes me quite a few quid, this board. I mean, these are pulls out another board I'm working on, so that needs to be, I need to find new one of them, new timer. I'm testing another CPU in there as well. That's one of mine, but the CPU will be going back with is that one. The original CPU's got a fault on A15, so it owes me a new CPU as well. But yeah, it's been a bit of a pain. Shame as well, because there's no broken tracks on it anywhere. It's just all chip faults. It's all IC faults. I don't know when when the owner gets it back, if he wants to just shotgun it and change the remaining chips out as well, just to roll them out. And obviously you need to replace all that section again. For some reason, most of the boards I've got up here for repair all have the payout section missing. Don't know if somebody's been nicking transistors or whatever. But yeah, that's another one just about ready to go back. Like I say, I can test addressing, boot up, stuff like that. I'm not testing lamps, I'm not testing, I can test meters and coin and things like that. It's I don't know, I'm pretty sure this one's been a victim of a power spike with the amount of stuff that's has failed on it. I mean, I suspected that this one was gone because the address decoder was jammed looking at this one, so I think the failure pattern's been that it's been power spiked and this has failed and this has failed, this has took out this. It's took out the CPU, and when the CPU's gone, something's took out the timer. That's my theory anyway. But we're alive. So this one I've got a good playtest, and then, well, I'll get my 2-wire playtest. That's about as much as it can get. And then I'll be on to the next one. Okay. Bye bye for now. Right, just to add this in. The photo optics don't work either. It's another bloody PIA I've got to fix. There we go. Done.
Right, good morning. Thank you for coming. Now, I've called...
Changed IC4 out, you notice, because of that strange resistor part that they have soldered onto the top of the IC. That's from the factory, by the way. I had to solder that one straight down to the board and ended up having to replace IC3 up there as well because the alpha display went away on me. This board's definitely had a power spike. You'll probably find it. There's only one PIA left that's original. You'll probably find that might be bust as well. Although I'm not sure because coins are accepted on that.
As far as we are aware, he was never seriously considered as a system.
So there we go.
Does he? What will his records show? Mr. Giggs' statement will be looked into and any necessary action taken.
So 2 for 2.
Yes, if the evidence warranted. So if you're
One more to do.